Hi Freunde, herzlich willkommen zum nächsten Teil von Keane 2 The Fire Within. Und ja, soweit ich weiß, sind wir hier angekommen in diesem Bergbauerndorf. Wir wurden mit einem Versicherungsvertreter und Teppichverkäufer verwechselt. Ja, Staubsauger kannten die da noch keinen, sonst wären wir das geworden. Ja, und jetzt sind wir im Dorf. Und irgendwas mit Kilimanjaro habe ich auch noch im Gedächtnis. Und dann gucken wir jetzt mal, was es hier gibt. Die Mala.
Jumbo, my friend.
What do you have for sale?
Whatever you need. Mountain climbing equipment, traditional medicine, ceramic bowls, and original Tanzanian wooden giraffes.
Wooden giraffes? Wooden giraffes?
They are produced by kindly old Maasai grandmothers. It takes them weeks to produce just one.
No, they're not. They're carved by Chinese prisoners.
You offend me. You are distorting the image of our cultural and globalized fair trade.
I'm not distorting anything. I carved them myself. Hundreds with these hands.
Fine. Then I assume you do not wish to purchase one.
Damn right.
But maybe you would like to carve me some for stock.
No.
As you wish.
Oh Mann, ey.
What sort of medicine do you have?
What do I have? Things work a bit differently here, my friends. The question is, what medicine do you need? Let me have a look at you. An obvious case. The fire of the rhinoceros.
What is that exactly?
Any
bescheißt
good
uns doch.
pharmacist can see at a glance that you are not an upright man.
Oh.
No one's ever complained about my uprightness.
I don't just mean your equipment. I mean your whole life. You are flighty and fickle. In your condition, you should not climb Kilimanjaro or anything else.
You're pretty good at mocking people's weaknesses, aren't you?
Be upright in your life. Then your equipment will also stand straight as an arrow. And the fire of the rhinoceros will make it possible.
Look, just stop talking about such private... How much did you say it was?
150 shillings. Once ingested, it will grant you the power of the rhinoceros. In every
Oh. Okay.
Have you sold it to any of the other fighters?
I only mixed it incorrectly once, and now no one trusts me anymore. Just one deviation from the recipe, and you will feel a very different fire within.
Even when it comes to strength in battle?
Yes, that's what I've been talking about the whole time.
I can't afford that.
If you say so.
We could use some mountain climbing equipment.
I have coats and equipment for climbing Kilimanjaro in my warehouse.
You sell me some?
Only once the tournament is over. I'm not
Oh,
leaving
the
you
tournament is over. The
but
box
I'm happy
tournament.
to sell you a
Uh-huh.
couple of wooden giraffes.
I could go and get the coats from the warehouse.
I am sorry, but the warehouse is guarded, and the guard will only let warriors from the tribe in.
Then I'll come back later.
If you say so.
I'd like to buy a bow.
That will be 20 shillings.
What? 20 shillings for a bow? It's worth 5 at the most.
Listen, we aren't in the Cairo Bazaar, and I have the local monopoly on ceramic bowls. So, 20 shillings.
Afford that?
If you say so.
Na dann, auf Wiedersehen. Okay.
Cheerio.
Der hat jetzt nicht wirklich viel gebracht.
What's up there?
Shh, just listen.
My villagers, our financial situation is precarious. Unfortunately, the Afro Real Estate Bank used our substantial profits from carpet and insurance bonds to play the market.
Oh.
In the end, they gambled it all away.
Oh nein.
As you know, we now owe a big sum to the Jirani tribe. The ancient rules allow us to resolve the conflict through a tournament. If, at the end of the day, a fighter manages to win for our cause, then we get a fresh start. But if a fighter from the Jirani tribe should win, then we will be forced to abandon the common currency we once embraced with our neighbors.
Oh nein, der Ersatzzeppelin. Ah, sind die auch schon wieder da, du?
Not you again.
Ah, Mr. Keane. What an unpleasant reunion. Terry?
Finally, say goodbye to the world.
On the contrary. Terry, put your hands where I can see them.
Looks like a classic standoff. And now?
Well,
My friends, I'm sure you wouldn't want to disregard our traditions.
What traditions? Just get out of my way, you interfering fool.
First of all, you are speaking to the chief of the proud village of Koamanyatan. Secondly, all disputes here may only be dealt with on the meeting grounds and with previous registration. And thirdly, if you do not wish to agree to these terms, my tribe of hunters and gatherers who own very, very many sharp spears might become quite incensed.
Okay.
Careful, Jack.
Any more questions, gentlemen?
we don't want any trouble, but what about them?
Terry, how many bullets do you have?
A couple, I think.
Against a village full of warriors. Poor odds. It isn't worth it. We shall find another way to negotiate with Mr. Keane. Terry, you guard the airship. I'll take a look around.
Okay.
Please maintain a respectful distance.
Tja. Jetzt wollte ich da hingehen, war ja wohl keine so klasse Idee. Aber ich habe vorher da unten irgendwas gesehen. Hier so ein Steg oder sowas da. Ah ja. Unser Schiff, die, wie hieß sie, Charming Princess the Second. Yeah. Genau, alles mitnehmen. Hammernägel brauchen wir. Damit können wir dann die Nägel in den Kilimanjaro schlagen.
Carl loves quality. With these nails, you could nail the Queen Mary to Big Ben. The ship, I mean.
Ja. Queen Mary to Big Ben. Aha. Okay, hier gibt es nichts mehr zum Holen. Hammer und Nagel ist immer gut. Ja? Wobei, viele brauchen auch Nadel und Faden. Bist du Nadel und Faden bereit? Lalala, mein Schatz.
The fact that this is probably the only toilet in the village worries me. And no sign of a sewer system.
Naja, okay. Auf dem Klo gibt's nix. Was ist das wieder? Ah, geil. Geil. Ba.
Warry and his inept servant Jackie.
Okay.
Bestseller of 1899.
Ist es nicht
I
dasselbe
hope it isn't
Buch?
what I think it is.
Ist es nicht dasselbe
Reminds me
Buch?
of preschool. I rocked the house back in the day. Miss Winterbottom and the kids went wild when I drummed.
Dasselbe Buch am Anfang von dem Knast. Oh. Oh, das Warehouse. Das ist das Warehouse. Ich dachte, Protected by the Guards ist es. Der Affe ist die Wache, oder was?
Probably recognize that I'm not a member of their troop.
Da. Was gibt's da oben?
What a disaster.
Oh mein Gott.
I finally get some money together to cover up what was stolen in Hamburg. Bumbati never would have noticed. And now it's been stolen again. Ah, who's always out of luck? Me. And the tattooed idiot gets to enjoy himself. Why is that? With my pistol, I'm a lot more effective than he is. The only one who could possibly hold a candle to me is that next.
I'm not suicidal. He'd shoot me or push me off the cliff as soon as I got close.
If only he didn't hang around with those idiots.
Oh.
Sooner or later, I'm gonna have to.
I'm not suicidal.
Rose for what?
He'd
That would
shoot
be
me or
good.
push me off the cliff as soon as I got
Okay, das
close.
war's jetzt, oder was hier oben?
With Dr. Only
Die
having
Dinger da
to work
mitnehmen.
with the monkeys, that was bad. I hate them.
Okay, oh, na, dann gehen wir wieder runter. Mal gucken. Ups, hoppla. Oh je. Also die Bergsteigerausrüstung können wir auch nicht benutzen, da kaufen von hier. Wir können da nicht rein. Was gibt's denn hier? Ein Eimer.
Hey, the water bucket is only for the leader of the tournament.
Sorry, my mistake. The well stands in the middle of the village and is the source of life. There's water in it, despite the heat.
Okay. Skullcracker. Da redet der Skullcracker. Muhammad.
Lo, tuwe na pambano, nitakuwa mshindi.
That's probably not important.
Halt! Who goes there? Ah, Jack. Get out of here, or I'll put a bullet in you. I don't care what the warriors think.
Okay.
Remember what the village chief said about physical violence?
Do you see any witnesses here? I mean, the cliffs are high. One false step would be a terrible accident.
Yeah, I got you.
Ja.
To leave.
Okay, also da oben gibt es schon mal auch wieder nichts. Okay, was haben wir hier Schönes? Ah, eine...
This mask is the prize in the tournament and an important symbol for these people.
Ah, und wenn ich die Maske hätte, würde ich aussehen wie ein Krieger von denen und dann...
Jumbo.
Und dann könnte ich da in das Warehouse gehen und mir die Ausrüstung holen.
Have you ever seen an amulet like this?
No. We are selling all kinds of rubbish. I mean, authentic tribe jewelry. But I have never seen anything like that. You could ask the people of the Kawasala tribe up on Kilimanjaro. The symbols look very, very similar to me. But for one thing, they tend to be pretty hostile towards strangers. Also, they haven't been seen in 200 years.
Okay.
Actually, all we want to do is climb that mountain.
Have fun with your climb then.
Can we simply go?
Sure. I take it that you've got appropriate snow gear. But of course, you must wait until we resolve our feud at the meeting grounds.
Oh oh.
What, snow gear? In Africa?
If it wasn't necessary, we wouldn't do so much business selling it.
What's going on down there?
Unfortunately, we are greatly in debt to the neighboring tribe because our bank left us hanging. The creditor must forego his claim if his tribe is defeated in a duel.
Aha.
Isn't that archaic and barbaric?
Do you consider a system any fairer where the person with the most expensive lawyer wins? Well, there is a way for you to ensure justice for our village.
With words?
No, with your hands, clenched into two determined fists.
Oh.
You will save our village.
Ja, genau, das machen wir jetzt.
You win an original, authentic Koa Manyatan warrior mask.
TM.
Count me in.
But you're not well.
Monkey Island TM.
Sorry, but you cannot compete without this. The creditor warriors would laugh their heads off.
Also da waren wir da. Hier waren wir. Wir brauchen also eine Kriegsvermahlung, sonst können wir nichts machen. Wir haben da hinten alles abgeguckt, wir haben hier alles abgeguckt. Wo geht's hier oben hin? Aufs Klo. Und unten haben wir auch alles gesehen. Ja, okay. Karl.
What is it, Jack? I need to borrow your car. I'd like to have another drive round.
I have a bad feel, but if you insist,
I'll be careful. Let's move along.
Also da waren wir schon zweimal. Die haben wir ausgeblüht und alles gemacht. Da gibt es auf der Crash-Seite noch was zu holen. Die Musik ist eigentlich ganz nett. Sieht gar nicht so schlecht aus. Oh, okay. Aber hier, ein Umbati-Koffer. Wohin geht er jetzt? Junge, du sollst den Koffer nehmen. Ah, er muss erstmal ein bisschen wegrennen davon, um ihn dann nehmen zu können. Ich verstehe das vollkommen.
Now, let's find out what's inside. Ah, a bunch of letters. Looks like Terry once worked for Dr. T together with Professor Umbati. Ah, here it mentions experimenting with the intelligence of apes. Oh, wow. Besides the letters, the suitcase contains bundles of cash.
Oh,
Thanks,
das ist
Professor.
natürlich gut.
This'll come in handy.
Aber was war jetzt mit dem Affen?
The wing moves a little. If I were heavier, I could attach the wing. The flap thing moves when I stand on this mechanism. Ooh, interesting.
Okay. Okay, cool. Ich dachte endlich könnte... Ah,
The
ja.
flap thing moves when I stand.
Da müssen wir jetzt hundertprozentig nichts drauf machen.
Some letters and personal notes belonging to Terry. Let's see. Ah, letters from a certain Mr. Belbin. Let's see. He writes about research in Dr. T's lab. Looks like they specifically bred apes with high intelligence and designed goggles for them.
Oh.
There were 2 test lines, gorillas and chimpanzees. And every single one of them bit Terry. Yikes. Well, once Dr. T's research was shut down, all specimens were returned to the wild in Africa. Nothing special happened after that. Seems Terry lost his job, committed a few serious crimes for which he was going to be hanged. And Barty bought his freedom and hired him. The usual drama.
Aha, was haben wir noch? Was? Okay, das war jetzt das
I can't
Geld.
remember the last time. Wait a moment. I have never seen that much money. Huh. Thanks to some letters and personal notes belonging to Terry. Strictly speaking, it's none of my business, but
Ja, but what? Aber jetzt lest doch, Junge.
some letters and... Ah, he was subjected to several psychological tests.
Ah, sorry, dass ich da unten am Trinken bin, aber muss einfach ein bisschen trinken.
I must admit that Mbati has style and bad habits. The stem of his pipe is incredibly heavy.
Na, auf jeden Fall, wir haben jetzt Geld. Und jetzt gehen wir zu der Verkäuferin und kaufen da Rhinoceros-Medizin. Das wird wohl für den Kampf sein, bin ich mir sicher. Und was war's? Bowl, die Schale. Die tun wir auch kaufen, genau. Hihi. Aber die Kriegsbemalung haben wir noch keine bekommen.
Jumbo again, my friend.
About the tournament.
The village creditors want to impound us, but
And how do you work?
very simple. Over there is the court, and you can see the dispute resolution for yourself. Whoever defeats all the other warriors wins.
What if someone's seriously injured?
Don't worry, we are insured.
What?
Whatever,
I'd like to buy a boat.
that will be
Fine, I'll take it.
have fun with it. Jumbo again.
What do...
What?
About that...
Any... if you say so.
Cheerio.
Ich wollte das eigentlich jetzt kaufen, aber das scheint ja wohl nicht zu klappen, leider. Ey, schade, 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 schade.
Jumbo again. Whatever you
Das muss doch funktionieren, Mann. Irgendwas will ich. Irgendwas.
Thank...
if you say.
About the... I still...
But is that what
We could...
I have coats and only once the
I... Then...
if you say.
cheerio. I don't
Vielleicht können wir ein
want
bisschen Wasser reinmachen.
I don't want to grind that.
Oh Mann, ey.
I don't want to grind that.
Jumbo again, my friend.
What
What's it?
about that fire of the rhinoceros? What is that exactly?
Any good pharmacist can see at a glance that you are not an opera. Don't just. You are flat in your.
Ich glaube, man muss immer die Dialoge nochmal komplett durchklicken.
You're pretty...
Be up and the fire up.
Look, just stop talking.
150 shillings. What?
Jetzt.
One fire of the rhinoceros, please.
Fine. Here. Oh, ma, it's empty.
First you do an amazing sales pitch, and now this.
Das fand ich jetzt auch schlecht. Wenn ich mich jetzt nicht nochmal durchgeklickt hätte, durch die ganzen Gesprächoptionen, hätte ich das jetzt nicht kaufen können.
Pharmacist can mix it for you.
How much for the rest?
Na, yeah.
10 shillings. Just for you.
I'll take the recipe.
There you are. But you should really let it profit, because just one deviation from the recipe, and you will feel a completely different fire within.
Yeah, okay.
The Fire Within.
I'm
Oh,
not
The
stupid
Fire
enough to mix this
Within.
junk myself.
Haben wir jetzt einen Spieltitel endlich hier entdeckt.
Good. Let's see. Prepared incorrectly, it will also show several effects, none of which would please you. Ingredients. Seeds of an overripe fig, bark of a certain tree, a few drawings are given, and leaves of a red-tip bush. Grind everything to a paste in a mortar. Side effects. None if prepared correctly. Here are a few more hints. Probably important. Open the fig and take the seeds. The figs must be overripe.
Haben wir nicht noch eine Feige von den tanzenden Affen?
The bark
Okay.
must come from one of the healthy trees.
Ah, Borke, Bark,
I
Borke.
recognize one of the trees that are drawn here. Wait a minute. This one looks like the hollow tree. Back where the car broke down.
Zur Savanne müssen wir
Also
fahren,
says
okay,
Very
okay.
important. The bark must be dry in order to avoid nasty side effects. The leaves are distinguished by their red tips.
Haben wir doch geholt da oben, die haben wir.
I shouldn't get too close to the vases. If I break them, I'll probably have to pay. That works.
Ja, ja, wir tun jetzt alles da rein. Naja, okay. Aber wir wissen, wo wir hin müssen. Wir müssen zur Savanne fahren. Fahren wir.
Let's move along.
Und dann werden wir... Oh, haben wir jetzt die Feige im Inventar gehabt? Weiß gar nicht genau. Mal gucken, die Feige muss dann aufgeschnitten werden. Kein Problem. Haben wir eine? Haben wir keine? Müssen wir die Musik einschalten. Ah, die liegen auf Boden. Gut. Und es sind auch noch überreife Feigen. Ich denke mal, Overrip heißt überreif. Ist auch nicht so ganz sicher.
Looks like the fruit in the recipe. That'll help me.
Oh je, hoffentlich muss man jetzt nicht die Reihenfolge auch beachten, wie das da reinkommt. Keine Ahnung.
I'll cut off a piece of bark. The bark of the hollow tree for the magic potion. A little more liquid than the recipe calls for, but it ought to be alright.
Genau. Schon schlecht wahrscheinlich. Gut, es waren die 3 Zutaten schon.
I put in some of the ingredients from the recipe. Now all I need is a pestle.
Eine Pestle, oh Gott.
Uh-oh, my stomach's rumbling. Oh, I haven't felt like this since I ate Grandmother Keane's legendary chicken vindaloo. Instead of making you stronger, this potion triggers a battle in your bowels. Maybe the bark wasn't dry enough.
Okay, aber ich glaube, wir fahren wieder mal zu der alten jetzt zurück. Oder ich muss das Rezept nochmal neu machen, da brauche ich eh neue Blätter dafür dann.
Let's move along.
Travel to the village. To the village. Haha. Und aufs Klöchen.
Horrible experience. Good thing I only tried a few drops. Maybe the bark was too damp. Oh, more of this devil's brew and I'd be spending the rest of the day in the privy. I can't imagine what would happen if someone drank more of it.
So. Jetzt gehen wir mal zu der Guten und sagen, der ist leider dumm gelaufen. Weil wir haben es ja selber gemixt. Oh, wo ist sie hin?
There's nothing out there but sand. I'd risk it with a car, but on foot? Oh, no,
Ah, da
thank you.
steht sie doch.
Jumbo again, my
Na, klasse.
Bye.
Wo sind die beiden Mädels eigentlich nochmal? Ich kann mit denen irgendwas anstellen.
What this village really needs is a shopping mall. Have you found out where to get a decent cup of coffee here?
Mhm.
Those are your problems.
Oh.
Jack, would you believe it? I've just had 2 marriage proposals.
I could enter the tournament, but I need war paint.
And?
Well, I thought women always carry lots of makeup, don't you?
Ah.
Sure. And men never stare at my cleavage. How cliché can you get?
Fine, I'll find another way to paint myself.
Just to save you embarrassment, I know a Comoc Indian war paint pattern that might help you.
Have you ever considered asking a pro?
All you can do is make him look like a hooker.
Oh Mann, also die Eve, ich mag die einfach nicht, die Eve. Aber die macht mir ein bisschen zu viel mit dem Karl rum.
For Warpaint?
Aber ja, was soll ich sagen? Ja, für Warpaint ist Amanda die
Good thing
richtige
you're
Choice.
sometimes
Ja.
nice to me, or you'd be in trouble. Okay, hold still.
Okay.
Just a little bit here and some there. Perfect. One fearsome warrior.
Wow, thanks.
Oh, toll. Hat's ja richtig klasse gemacht. Ja, geil.
Everything all right?
Apart from the wreck of my car, yes.
The village chief was eyeing it with suspicion. Perhaps he thinks it's a monster. Aren't boring cars the only things you can build? How about airships like Umbati?
Actually, the technology isn't all that complicated. But I must admit, they did a pretty impressive job on the engines. They involve a lot of expensive mechanics. This makes me curious.
There's a wrecked airship in the savannah, probably unguarded.
Wow. An Umbati airship close up. I wonder how they solved the weight problems.
We could drive there.
Great idea. I'm ready whenever you are.
Ja, ja, I'm ready. Fahren wir da mal
Let's
hin.
move along.
Well, those rotors are truly admirable. Ah, yes, red! It's the perfect color to make the wings more aerodynamic.
Okay.
So, did you learn anything useful?
Yeah, the technology is primitive, but inspiring. Unfortunately, I cannot grasp it completely until I can study a functioning sample.
Okay. Puh, gute Frage. Oh, ich sehe gerade, die Folge ist rum. Und dann, das nächste Mal geht's weiter. Dann, keine Ahnung, bauen wir das Luftschiff zusammen und fliegen auf den Kilimanjaro hoch oder so. Ich habe keine Ahnung. Bis zum nächsten Mal und ciao.